Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to read this book. It's called The Worst Sleepover. You might have read this, but I love reading this book. I also love English, so I love reading. English, reading, the same thing, right? Okay. The Worst Sleepover by Sally Rippon. The worst. This is Jack today. Jack is in a wiggly mood. He is wiggling and jiggling so much he can't keep still. Tonight Jack is going to his friend Jim's house. Jack had never had a sleepover at Jim's before. Jim has a Wii and a PlayStation and a computer in his room. Jack and Jim are going to play games all night. Jack can't wait. See? Oh, you can see like what Jack's thinking about. See, little pink bubble. Yeah. At last, it's time to go. Jack's dad arrives to Jim's house. Jim opens the front door. Hey, Jack, Jim grins. We're finally here. Jim is very excited, says Jim's man to Jack. Me too, says Jack. The two boys run into Jim's room. See you tomorrow, Jack calls Dad. Jim's room is very cool. First, Jack and Jim race cars on the PlayStation. Next, they play sports on the Wii. Then they go on computer to build cities. It's lots of fun. Let's go outside and play soccer at Jim's after a while. Now, says Jack, how about we build a cubby then? Says Jim. Jack shakes his head. He's too busy playing on the computer. Well, I'm going outside, Jim says crossly. He stomps out of the room. Thinks Jack. What's wrong with Jim? He quickly finishes the game and he goes outside to look for Jim. Jim is in the garden, kicking the soccer ball against the fence. Jack goes over to see if Jim's okay. No pictures in this one. Oh, I didn't see this one. It's a computer. He's playing the computer. But just then, Jim's mum calls them for dinner. Jim rushes past Jack without even looking at him. Jack follows him inside. He feels confused. Jim is acting very strangely. He's picking at the fence. This looks like like really neat lighting here, but actually just not actually like fancy. It's actually it's actually are you finished? is actually pretty cool. You can't see it, but it's really cool. Chapter 2. Jack and Jem sit up at the table. I hope you like spicy food, Jack, Jem's mum asks. Sure, says Jack. He's too shy to tell her he has never tried spicy food before. Jem's mum puts a big dish on the table. Not curry again, Jem grumbles. Jem's mum's crossly. You'll eat what you're given. Jem's mum puts some rice on Jack's plate. Phew, Jack thinks. I like rice, but only a spoon of curry with the rice. Jack can see chicken, carrots, potatoes, and that yellow sauce. Jack doesn't like carrots much. He feels nervous. Jack looks at Jem. He is eating everything. Jack pokes his fork into a piece of chicken. He puts it into his mouth. Suddenly, his mouth starts to burn. His eyes water. Oh dear, says Jem's mum. Is this curry too hot for you, Jack? Jack swallows the chicken. Then he takes a big drink of water to try to cool his mouth. Maybe a little bit, he says. Jem's mum in a squeaky voice. Jem giggles. Jack frowns. Why is Jem laughing at me? He thinks. His cheeks got red and hot. That's all right, Jack, she says. You don't have to eat it. I don't know what I'm going to give you for dinner. Fruit. I like rice, Jack says shyly. Can I just have rice too? Jem asks. Jem mum shakes her head. Jack is our guest, she said. He's allowed to eat what he wants. You need to finish your dinner as usual. She gives Jack a bowl of plain rice. Oh, that's not fair, says Jem crossly. Sorry, whispered Jack to Jem. Jem pretends not to hear. This is the picture. Can you see? Jem eats all his dinner without looking at Jack once. Jack can't understand why Jem is acting so strangely. Would you boys like to watch DVD before you go to bed? Asked Jem's mum. I have to do some work. Yes, please, says Jack. Whatever, I don't care, says Jem grumpily. He sits down on the couch next to Jack. The two boys watch a movie. The movie is very funny, but Jem doesn't laugh once. Jack wishes he was back home. At least when he watches a movie with his Mum and Dad, they laugh at the funny bits. Jack feels a bit grumpy with Jem. Jack feels lonely. He wonders if it's too late to call his mum and dad to come and get him. Just then he hears a noise, a snuffly sound. Jack realizes Jem is crying. What's the matter? He asks. Jem stops crying. Nothing, he says. Now Jack feels cross. Why won't you talk to me? He says. Jem sits up in bed. He turns on his bedside lamp. You are the boringest friend ever, he shouts. What? Yells Jack. No, I'm not. You are. You said we could play games all night, and now you don't want to. Jack is so angry. He feels he might explode. Suddenly Jem bursts into laughing. What? Says Jack. You look funny. Jem giggles. I never seen you look that cross before. You look like an angry monkey. Jack tries not to smile, but Jem's laughter makes his mouth twitch. Well, you look like a grumpy gorilla, he says. Don't worry, Jem, says kindly. You don't have to get used to it. I've been eating curry since I was a baby. Do you really think I'm a boring friend? Jack asks. Of course not, says Jem. I just wanted you to come and play soccer, that's all. But you have so many cool video games. Jack says. Don't you want to play with them? Jem shakes his head. Not at all the time. Usually it's just me and Mum at home. I play video games all by myself. Gets boring. And she never wants to play soccer. That's why I was so excited about you coming over. Finally someone to play with. Jack feels bad. He might not have any video games, but he has always someone to play with. His dog Scraps, his best friend Billy, even his mum and dad. Sometimes he was so excited to play Jem's game. He hadn't thought about what Jem might want to do. All right, says Jack. Tomorrow it's your turn to decide what we play. Cool, said Jem. But don't you want to beat a high score on the computer first? Nah, says Jack, smiling. I think I'd like to beat you at soccer. That sounds much more fun. So, thank you for listening to the books that I read. If you're a big fan, I would like you to subscribe and watch more of my videos.